At the beginning of the movie, it is shown that the protagonist of the movie is having a lavish birthday party, and after party, he is driving his car to drop his friends back home, and he realizes that he's been chased by police cars. And one of the police officer approach him and ask him to speak to his senior officer, and the senior officer requests him to immediately return home as his father has decided to make him the new chief minister of the state. And he replies by saying that you're playing prank on me, right? And the senior officer says, do you really think that I am mad to play prank on you in the middle of the night? And then he returns home and he finds his father making announcement that he's going to resign from his chief minister's post due to the corruption charges levied on him. And once he proves his innocence in the court, then he will resume his post of chief minister. Until then, his son will be the new chief minister of the state. One of the senior member of the political party informs him that due to the superstitious belief of his father, he took the advice from the priest and made him the new chief minister instead of anyone else from the political party. And that annoys him more, but at the same time he is afraid of his father and he is unable to utter a word in front of his father. His father instructs him to stay at home for 2 to 3 weeks until he clear his name from the corruption charges. And he has to just sign the papers which will be given by the members of his political party. And he does that. Governor calls to inform the protagonist that his father has been found guilty in the corruption charges which were levied on him, and the court has punished him with 5 years imprisonment. So there are high chances that there will be commotion in the streets of riots as well. Hence he has to ensure or take a precautionary measure to maintain law and order in the state. And hence he immediately approached the head of the police department. But he is interrupted by the senior member of political party who requests him for 2 hours before taking any decision, as he want to consult it with his father who is in prison right now and then take any decision. Hence he decides to wait for 2 hours, but meanwhile he receives call from his Mahinder uncle who informs him that his party member has set a bus on fire in which a child has lost her life. So he decides to visit the place immediately, and he is heartbroken at the sight of the lifeless body of the child and decides to speak to press immediately, where he announces aggressively that he has given orders to shoot the culprits at sight like stray dogs who are participating in riots, and he would not spare even if the person is from his own party. And he will close the chapter of anyone who is involved in riots, and media is stunned by his speech. Request all the citizens who love his father to protest by sitting at home for 3 days instead of participating in riots. And after his aggressive speech, commotion subsides in 1 hour, and he receives lot of praise for handling the situation. His father is released from the jail on temporary basis, and while he is traveling back home, his car explodes and he goes into a coma. In the next scene, protagonist is warned by the head of the police department that the reason for attack on his father is black money, so he need to find the detail of his father's bank account before someone else take over his account. And so he searches for some clue and finds his father's book with the bank account detail, and with the help of his friend, his hacker friend, he transfers all the money into his bank accounts. Then in the next scene, Mahinder receives call from his engineer friend who shares that he has been trying from last 10 days to get permission from politicians to open the dam, but none of the politicians are bothered to respond. And now dam is overburdened with the heavy weight and it can burst anytime, due to which many people can lose their lives. Hence, he requests him to speak to Chief Minister and get some help for him. On hearing this, protagonist immediately gives the permission to open the dam. But that is not enough, because opening the dam will still flood the nearby village. Hence, the village needs to be evacuated. And by the time police and soldiers reach there, everything will already be destroyed. Hence, through the medium of television, he asks all the youth of the state who stays in nearby area to help people of this particular village to evacuate and travel till the relief center, and he ensures that he will provide food and clothing at the relief center. And the chief minister is requested by the member of his party to stand for the election, as he cannot hold the chief minister's post for a long time without clearing the election. So opposition party decides to destroy his reputation by releasing an intimate video of his with a girl, but chief minister outsmarts them by proving that the intimate video was part of a public awareness short film. Vasudev, who is in coma, regains his consciousness on hearing that his son has won the election. Then he goes into flashback, where it is shown that he always used to call his wife second hand because his wife had an affair with Mahendra before marriage, and he even had doubt that Mahendra was the father of his son. And the strong bond between Mahendra and his son increases his doubt more. Hence, he holds a press meeting where he declares that there will be re-election in the parliament and all the members of parliament will vote again to choose their new chief minister. Protagonist receives call from the head of the police, who informs him that he has been transferred by the priest to another location, and the priest is also trying to frame him in fake murder case of a girl whom he kissed in one of the viral video. Hence, he need to hide for 2 days. Then he gets another call where he is informed all the people who are close to him or who could help him are getting attacked. So he plans to contact his college friend who is also her opponent right now, and he knows that she is not a bad person, and she agrees to help him by providing safe place to hide and a new laptop and a mobile phone through which he can keep track of what is happening in the hospital. So he managed to see the CCTV camera of the hospital where his father is having conversation with the most trustworthy person of his party, and he declines his request to make him the new chief minister of the party. Instead, he makes the announcement that the new chief minister will be Das, who have a less experience. So protagonist sees this as an opportunity and contacts the senior person of the political party and asks him to help him out to bribe all other member of the political party so that they will vote for him, because all the money which earlier belonged to his father has been transferred to his bank account. Protagonist hears the conversation of his father's friend and staff of the priest that they have borrowed huge amount of loan to bribe all the politicians in the party, which will be delivered to them through truck. So protagonist makes the note of the truck number and leaks the information in the media, who surrounds the truck in the middle of the road. Hence, police is forced to confiscate all the money, and his father is unable to give the money as he promised to all the politicians. Seeing this as an opportunity, the senior member of the political party who was insulted by his father earlier convinces all the members of the party to vote for the protagonist, and he wins the election by bribing all the MLA with his father's money. He resumes his post of chief minister and reappoint the police and the trustworthy people in his office and reopen all the cases against the priest. And the movie ends there, where he again becomes the chief minister and it is shown that he is successfully running the state.